Welcome to the session on section of solids. We'll go with the question. So it is given on the pentagonal pyramid. So the question is like this: a pentagonal pyramid of base edges 35 mm and axis length 60 mm stands with its base on HP, a section plane perpendicular to VP and inclined to HP at 45 degrees cuts the pyramid axis at a distance of 20 mm from the apex. Draw the front view, sectional top view and true shape of a section. In order to go with this question, here it is. So first we need to draw the top view and front view for the object. So now in this case it is given the base edges is 35 mm and then it is given the axis length 60 mm. And here it is, when you are worried about the corner condition or the side condition, in order to draw this, it's left to you. You can take the corner towards left or towards right side. So now in this case, using the macro method, I'll be drawing the pentagon here. Go to run macro. So go with the inserted polygon. So select the, so give the number of sides. Here it will be asking for the inserted polygon. Always you need to select the flat length, otherwise if it is from the flat, it will be measuring the dimension from the center point one of the flat surface. In the next option, it is selecting from the center point one of the corner, but here it is always will be going with the flat length. We'll be giving the measurement for the flat length. Now it is so the flat length, it is the base edge, it is 35 mm length here, so you need to give the 35 mm for the base edges, and in this case it is the pentagon. The number of sides, it is 5 here. The number of sides, it is 5. Then after constructing after giving the details, you need to minimize this window and then click it on HP, that is on top view, anywhere which you want to draw it. Suppose if there is a space constraint, here it is, you can move it towards right side. Go with the move, you can select it and then you need to place it here. Then so this should be darker here, this pentagon should be darker, so make it visible line here and then go with the line. You need to show the slant edges for this. So how to show the slant edges? So for that you need to take the corner point and then join to the opposite midpoint in the sides. Similarly you need to take the corner point, here it is, you need to join to the opposite midpoint. Now in this case I am not getting the midpoint, so here it is, you need to go to this, go to tools, go to IntelliSketch, you need to switch on this midpoint. It is off here, you need to make it on, then click OK. Now you will be getting the midpoint symbol. So this is called the midpoint symbol, a line followed by a dot in the center of that line, it is the midpoint symbol. Similarly take the corner point and then you need to join to the opposite midpoint here. Similarly take the corner point and then join to the opposite midpoint here. Now you need to delete the things which is not required. You need to retain only the lines which are connecting from the corner to the center point here. The other lines you need to delete it here. These lines you need to delete, and it is required to draw one more slant edge here. You need to draw one more slant edge, and then these slant edges should be dark line. These slant edges, whatever the slant edges which are drawn from the center point to the corner, those should be dark line. You need to make it dark here. Name it here, it is, go with the naming. So this is A, so this is B, C, D, and then last point it is E here. And so we need to show the measurement for this. The base edges we have chosen 35 mm here, and so we need to show the axis points. O point, vertex point, it is called O, and then the base point, it is O1. O and O1 are the 2 points. O is for the apex and then O1 for the base point. So with this we have completed the top view. So we need to complete the front view. In order to complete the front view, see, when you see from here, you can see it as a triangle here in the front view. So you need to project all the base points onto the XY line here. So project all the base points onto the XY line. Name the points here, it is A dash and A dash, because E and E, they are laying in the same line, and then now it is B and D. So here it is B dash of D dash, and finally it is C dash, and here it is one more point O1 dash, so you need to show it O1 dash. This is how you need to transfer all the base points onto the XY line. Now we need to fix the height. It is 60 mm long, so take the line, so take the axis length, and then from here you need to fix the axis length. Okay, take the 60 mm axis length, it is 90 degrees. Then so you can show the measurement. Here it is, this is the axis length, it is 60 mm. Now you need to draw the line. You need to draw the outermost triangle. Here it is. Okay, if you connect the outermost points with the line, so that you will be getting the triangle here. Then this is about the outermost lines. Then here in this case O to B, this slant edge O to B, when you see from here, this slant edge O to B, it is visible here. So for that you need to connect this, okay, O to B with a visible line here. So this line should be dark line. Here it is, you need to select them and then make it visible line here. Okay, except the axis line, all these lines should be visible here. This is how you need to draw the top view and front view for this object. Now once after drawing this, okay, the top view and front view, we need to consider the section plane here. Okay, so in this case it is given, the condition it is given for the section plane is a section plane perpendicular to VP and inclined to HP at 45 degrees. So it is perpendicular here, so we will be cutting here perpendicular to VP and then inclined to HP at 45 degrees. We have seen that any angle with respect to HP, we need to show it on VP. So it is, so I will take this line here, so I will take the line, okay, and it is cutting the pyramid at a distance of 20 mm from the apex. So from the apex it is, okay, distance of 20 mm here. You need to select this, so from the end point of this to this line it is 20 mm here. So it is given, so we need to select the point, okay, on the axis line at a distance of 20 mm from the apex point. Now you can see that students, that okay, it has taken the underline symbol, it should not. Okay, so for that I will delete this. The reason behind it is, since our, okay, deactivated this maintain relationships, so this should be always, okay, enabled here. Before showing the dimension, make sure that the maintain relationships should be always, okay, checked in. Now show the measurement. Here it is, so from this XY line to the end point of this, you need to show the distance. It is 20 mm here. Okay, it is 20. Now so after this we need to take the, okay, HP inclination at 45 degrees here. So we need to take the HP inclination at 45 degrees. Now that 45 degrees, either you can take like this or you can take like this way. Okay, it's left to you, or it's, okay, it's your convenience. Okay, from the axis line, so you need to take this and then you need to set the angle. Here it is 45 degrees. Go with the angle between this line and then this line, it is 34. So we need to make it 45 degrees here. We need to make it 45 degrees. So now I have taken this section line 45 degrees passing through a point, so which is at a distance of 20 mm from the apex, and then you need to project it backwards. It is cutting this slant edge. Okay, go with the extend to next. So extend this line here, extend this on both the sides. Now you need to make the line darker on both the sides. I told, so for the section line you need to make it, okay, dark on both the sides, and show the section line here. Now in this I'll be calling it as C and C here. Okay, for the naming for the section plane I'll be calling it as C and then C here. So this is the section plane C and C, and you need to name it here section CC. Okay, this top view it is indicating it is section C dash C. Now showing the, okay, after showing the section plane here, we need to identify, so where the section plane it is cutting the object here. So for that we need to name it here. So let us go with the slanted this O to A, O to B, O to C, and then O to D. Now this is the point O dash, and then here it is. Okay, when I am showing the dimension, it is not shown properly. So this 20 mm it is not taken properly. So I'll show it once again. this I need to modify this. Take the line, this line will be at a distance of 20 mm from the apex. So in order to make it easy, it's not so difficult. So take the line from this end point of the line. You need to draw the 20 mm line downwards. It is minus 90 degrees. Then after getting this point, just you need to draw the horizontal line, and then change this line. You can delete this. Now you'll be getting change this line to a light line, and then this is the line. So it is 20 mm here. Now you need to show the angle 45 degrees. Now you need to show the 45 degrees from this point. Take the line and then show the angle 45 degrees here. Then go with extend to next. You need to extend this on to the other side. Now you need to make it dark here. So it is the section line should be darker on both the sides. So you need to make it darker here, and then similarly you need to make it darker on the other side also. Section C and C. So here it is, the slantage I need to draw it. So this point, line slantage, it is visible. Now we need to identify the points. So how to identify the points? That is where and all this section line it is cutting the object. So those are the points. Here it is cutting O dash to A dash at this point. I'll be calling this as point number 1 dash. And then here it is cutting O dash to B dash, so this will be point number 2, 2 dash. And then here it is cutting O dash to C dash at point number 3, this is 3 dash. And then it is cutting O dash to D dash at this point, that is point number 4 dash. And then it is cutting this O dash to E dash here, that is point number 5 dash. Now we need to transfer the same points here. We need to transfer the same points onto the top view. So you need to take the line. So take the projection line. So for the point number 1, we need to project it onto this photo A here. So now we got this. So this is point number 1. This is point number 5. So 1 and 5. O to A it is cutting at this point. This is 1. O to E it is cutting here. This is point number 5. Similarly for this 2. For the point number 2, you need to draw the projection line from here, from this point number 2. So you need to draw the line. So where and all it is cutting, this, O to B and then O to D. So this is after this point number 1, this is point number 2. So this is point number 4, and then finally point number 3. So you need to project it here. So take the line. So from here, from this point, you need to draw the projection line here. So this will be point number 3 here. This will be point number 3. Now we got it 1, 2, 3, 4 and then 5. So you need to join them. You will be getting the smaller pentagon here. So this it is overlapping. I will be moving it inside here. Now this is point number 1. This is 2, 3, 4 and then 5 here. So take the line. So take the visible line here. So this is point number 1. This is point number 2, point number 3 and then 4 and then 5 here. So in this way we will be getting all the points and then again back to point 1 here. So this way you can see it here. And the next thing is we cannot see all the slant edges which are inside here. Okay, the inside lines will be invisible, so or it will be removed off. You need to trim it here. So trim these lines. Okay, so trim these lines. In this way you will be getting. So and then finally you need to show the hatching for this area, because this is the portion which is cut. Okay, this is the portion which is cut and then removed. And also in this front here also you need to make it light here. You need to make it light. So go with the split. Select this line and then give the splitting at this point. It is splitted here. Similarly select this line and then give the splitting at this point. It is splitted here. Similarly select this line, give the splitting here. It will be splitted here. Now you need to make all these lines light line here, because it is already removed. It is nowhere with the part here. So this is the portion which is removed, and then for that we need to show the hatching here in the top view. Now once it is completed, so the top view here, the sectional top view, now we need to draw the true shape of the section. So for drawing the true shape we need to draw the line that should be parallel to the projection line. Okay, the line which you are drawn here, section line, you need to draw it parallel to the now this line should be parallel to this line here. So let's try it once again. So take the line. So this should be parallel here. Okay, that should be parallel to this. This will be highlighted here when it is parallel here. So this line also will be highlighted when you are drawing this line. Now, so this line should be light line here. Don't make it dark. Similarly, take the line, take the projection line. So now from all these points you need to draw the perpendicular line here. Okay, so from all these points you need to draw the perpendicular line that should be perpendicular to this. Go with the perpendicularity here. So this line should be perpendicular to this one, so that you need to make it perpendicular here. Similarly you need to draw it from the other points. And then similarly from the other points you need to draw it here. Once after drawing the perpendicular lines, you need to transfer the points here in order to get the true shape. So for that we need to have the references from the top view. So you need to, the next step is you need to take the measurements from the top view here. So once for all I will be measuring for all the points 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay. So all the measurements you need to measure it from the XY line. So from the XY line to this point number 1. So how much is the measurement? It is this is the measurement here, 52.3 for the point number 1. Similarly for the point number 2 you need to select it here, and then this is the point number 2 here. Similarly for the point number 3, this is the distance here, and then similarly for the point number 4, so this is the distance for this point number 4, and then for the point number 5 you need to select the reference here. So in this way you need to measure the dimension from the XY line to each and every points here. Now so we need to go and transfer it here. So where and all I need to transfer. So here it is. So go with the RP center here. So this is for the point number 1. So it is point number 1, you need to mark it here. So in this case it is 52.3. Go with the RP center here. So you need to take this point as center, and then here it is the distance, it is 52.3. So by taking that you need to cut an arc here. Similarly, so for the point number 2, it is the distance, it is 50.74. Okay, from here it is the distance, it is 50.74, and then you need to cut an arc here. Similarly, for the point number 3, it is 42.55. So from here it is 42.55 is the distance, that is point number 3. Similarly, for the point number 4, it is 34.37. So it is 3, 2 and 4, they are laying here. So take this point as center point here, and then it is for the point number 4, it is 34.37. And then for the point number 5, it is 32.81. Name the points here it is. So this is point number 1, 2, 3, 4 and 5 here. So join them. Join the points using the visible line, because it's the boundary we are drawing. So all the border line should be dark line here. And you need to hatch it here. So this is how you need to do for the pentagonal pyramid, which is resting on HP. So either taken the corner condition or the side condition. So it is not given any condition, so which either the corner towards should be left or right. So you can place it in any way, and then take the section plane, and then you need to take the section plane and then pass on the points, and then identify the points, and then finally draw the true shape. Now here it is, this is called the true shape of section. This is called true shape of section. So this is the sectional top view. And then here it is the front view. Here is the front view. So this complete the solution for the pentagonal pyramid. Thank you.